Hey everybody, it's Peter Catalano. Welcome to the interview again. I'll tell you, it is real estate, real estate, real estate. And they all say what's the most important thing about real estate is location, location, location. And, I love doing these interviews. And today I'm being able to talk to Chuck Huynh. Chuck Huynh is a real estate expert, but a very unique one. Some real estate professionals out there, by the way, realtors versus real estate agent, big difference. Talk about that another time. But some people, oh, they'll go everywhere. But today we're going to talk about Chuck, and Chuck is centralized. Chuck is an expert in a location here in the Houston market. So Chuck, welcome to the interview today.
Hey, Peter, thank you very much for doing this. I totally appreciate it. It's one of my first interviews, so really appreciative of you making time for this.
Oh, more than my pleasure. I think that people need to be educated out there, and the best way to educate it is hear it from the horse's mouth. And we only have about 15 minutes here today because nobody wants to listen to these things longer than that, I guess. So Chuck, real quick here, tell us about you. You're married, kids. What's your personal story?
Sure. So I joined Coldwell Banker in 2012, and I was just dating at the time. And the person that I was dating is currently my wife. And that same year that I started with Coldwell Banker Memorial, I and her purchased our first property together. It was a 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhome in Memorial Club, and we really enjoyed it. We renovated it to our taste. Tried to keep a budget, and that never really sticks. So now we have 2 kids and a few more properties under our belt that we enjoy holding and renovating and renting out to people that enjoy the space, and they're all centrally located in Spring Branch. That was one of the big things for us. We always wanted to own property, but we didn't know where. The reason that we chose Spring Branch was just because of the location. With everything moving west and building further out and out with the suburbs, we thought that it was always going to be something good.
Yeah, I get that. So married, 2 kids, it's great. You really had a personal experience in renovating and being in the real estate industry. So you're mentioning here Spring Branch. Why? I mean, is that just where you live now and you just know the neighborhood, or what is it about Spring Branch that has you want to be that expert?
Funny story. My family, we kind of started off of Hammerley and Beltway. And during that time, it was extremely rough. My dad mentions to me that he remembers people kind of taking our toys and stuff like that. So we were living in an apartment at the time until the age of 2, and then we moved to Cypress. And as soon as I was able to move back to Spring Branch, which was that 2012, we ended up doing that, and we never left ever since. So really enjoy it here. We believe in the community, the people, the diversity, and it seems to be something that commercially is attractive to investors also, because there's a lot of development in the area as well.
So now, as a realtor, real estate agent here, your specialty Spring Branch, residential and commercial, or one or the other?
I mainly try to focus on residential right now, because that's something that makes me feel real good whenever I complete a transaction. Bringing people into Spring Branch, a lot of young families are moving to the area just because of the location, and plus you get a little bit of yard and everything also. So that's something that we really enjoyed for us, and just love the area, honestly.
So talk to me a bit more, if I can get a little more of your opinion or your viewpoint, professional viewpoint on this market. So can you give me an idea? What's the average home price? What would be a typical 3, 4 bedroom, I guess, in Spring Branch? What are you seeing the average home price? And are you still seeing these beat each other up to get the deal done deals? What what's happening with the market? It's December now. What's happening with the market in Spring Branch?
Great question, Peter. So the market in Spring Branch, I don't see as competitive as other places, and there's certain pockets. I mean, even though it's kind of located inside all the major highways of I-10, 610, Beltway, 290, there's a lot of little pockets in there, and it has to do a lot of times with good public schools. So the area that we currently live in, Spring Valley, it has Valley Oaks as elementary, Spring Branch Middle, which is in Piney Point as a middle school. And then we also are zoned to Memorial High School. So our thought there was mainly to be investing in the home rather than investing in private schools. So I don't see a lot of competition as much as other areas like, Interloop or Garden Oaks at the moment. But in my opinion, I believe that Spring Branch is still underappreciated. And, we've put all, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We have a rental home in every single zip code in Spring Branch, and we're really proud to be able to say that.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So you're really committed to that community. Now, Chuck, you also will recruit. So tell us about the agency or brokerage you're building here, and what kind of agents would you like to have working with you?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Our brokerage is, every brokerage is a little bit different. Ours is a boutique brokerage, and a majority of our agents currently have main jobs that they're currently doing. So they're doing a lot of this on their part-time work. And, in today's entrepreneurial world, a lot of people are wearing more hats than they probably used to in the past. So I understand that. And I think that our agents are able to reach out to me at any time, day or night, for advice. And I take it very seriously that I'm able to be reached and able to sit down and have a conversation at any point in time with any of them, join them in on listing appointments, or just always there for them transactionally with contracts or anything of the sort.
Got it. So if somebody was full-time, will you take on a full-time person?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to take on a full-time person for sure.
Very cool. Now, I think it's a competitive field out there. So what's another agent going to look for to compare you? I hate to say it this way, but what is there, something like 30 or 40,000 agents in the Houston area and some crazy number? And I know not everybody is active. So why, what would you say to an experienced agent who says, "Hey, I'm looking for a good brokerage house"? Chuck, why you?
I think the support thing is the major thing with any experienced agent, to be able to come to a company and just have a lot of the things taken care of for them. All the back end items, maybe social media or anything is they're needing coaching on or anything like that. Then I'd love to help them with that. But majority of it is just support, like any other business. Anyone that comes to a company to work wants to be supported by their company. So I'm all for doing that in the best way that I possibly can, and with the experience that I have over the years that I've been doing this. So that's mainly it, in my opinion, is just being able to support them in the way that they can do the best things for them and the things that are most comfortable for them. So let
I
them
get
shine.
it. I get it. I get it. So a good conversation with you should be had. You seem like a pretty down to earth guy and willing to work with people. So again, keeping a track of time here. My favorite thing is keep it short. Less is more. So in a nutshell, Spring Branch. Anybody looking to be in Spring Branch, you're the guy to talk to. That's really what the message is right here, is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the area. I mean, there's so much, restaurants, dining, and gyms, and so many different things that are coming to this area. I recently read an article about the Top Chef the one that was blind and was from Houston, she has recently started her project where she's going to be opening a restaurant in Spring Branch. So I thought that
Some
that
good
was
growth,
really,
some good growth is happening there. It's a stable community. Pricing is what you're saying, hasn't been so outrageous like some of the other communities in Houston. Chuck, I want to thank you for taking the time here. Before we go, how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach you?
my company name is Seamless Realty. So seamlessrealty.com, real simple and easy. And the name says it all and what I'm trying to put out there in the community. So we're trying to make everything easy for those that are working with us. And Peter, I thank you very much for having me on
Sure,
and
real quick. Do
investing
they
our
have a
time
phone
today.
number they can reach you at or an email as well? Or do you just want them to go
Sure.
to the website?
The website's going to have everything. So Seamless, SEAMLESS,
Okay.
Realty,
All right.
REALTY.com. And thank you very much.
Oh, more than my pleasure. Thank you for taking this time with us today. And I'll tell you that when it comes to real estate, I think if you can work with a specialist like Chuck, and if you're looking in that Spring Branch area, specialize and work with somebody who knows the community as well as you do. Chuck, thank you again for your time here, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon.
Love it, Peter. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.